End of the chapter here. Chapter 5, Lesson 5. The advantages of the colonists. Why the colonists won. So they had certain advantages. This is what this is. The mnemonic here, the memory device that's going to help you out here is the colonies had to hold on. The colonies had to hold on. Just like this. Hold on. And I use that because a big part of this war is the fact that the British have to do something different to win than the colonists do. If the British want to win, they actually have to capture George Washington or the Continental Army. They have to capture them and defeat them. The Continental Army, to win, just has to hold on longer than the British. So if they can outlast the British or fight longer than the British people have an interest in fighting, then they can win. So they have to hold on. The British don't want to destroy the colonies. They want the colonists in the family. They want them to stay in the British Empire. So if they kill every single colonist, then that defeats the whole purpose. They're trying to capture them and stop them from fighting. So one of the biggest reasons why the colonists were able to win is they had help from France. Hopefully that sounds familiar to you. The Battle of Saratoga is the reason why the French decided to help us out. You know by now, France versus England, no love lost there. So France helped us out. If they hadn't, it might not have worked out as well for us. Other advantages we have. The colonists had been by themselves, left alone, simply monitored by the governors on their own for over a century of self-rule. By the way, a century is 100 years. That's why we like 1 cent, 100 years. That part didn't make sense what I just said. Anyway, century of self-rule. We've been on our own. We know how to do it. We're independent already. And our leadership was strong. This is at a time when there's an unusual amount of people who are well-educated, have experience fighting the French Indian War. So the colonists who had just fought for England, the French Indian War, George Washington gets his experience there. And we were very fortunate to have the people we had at this time. And many of the British, less experienced, the colonists again, all this time being on their own, century of self-rule, our leadership was very strong, and that was a huge advantage. There are soldiers, perhaps better trained, better prepared, but our leadership was stronger. And the last advantage we have is an advantage that anybody has who is fighting on their homeland, fighting for their own freedom. That is that they were defending their own land, their own principles, and their own beliefs. So that fact means that they had a stronger motivator than somebody who's paid to fight. You pay somebody to fight, they're doing it for the money. But if you're fighting for your homeland, when the money runs out, the safety of your people, the legacy of what you leave for your children and your grandchildren is enough to make you keep fighting. And plus, the fact that they know the land. It's theirs. They know the terrain. All these things are why the colonists won. So, there we go. And with this, we'll wrap the chapter up with a lesson on political cartoons. And Mary and I have a... So there we go. Bye, everybody.
Yes, sir. Get ready for the revolution. Come on. What you say? Come on. Do you want a revolution? Say, do you want a revolution? Come on. What you say? Come on.
It starts with the French and Indian War. King George picked button, but it made him poor. He laid down a big stamp tax and a tax on tea called the Townsend Act. Colonists could not stand taxation because they had no representation. Folks in Boston caused a stir. 5 got shot in a massacre. Nostradamus, crazy son. Go to conquer and take their guns. The power revealed on the Minutemen, and they met the Redcoats in Lexington. Gun got shot and the whole world heard, and we kicked some butt back in Concord. Big T-Pain wrote common sense, said y'all better fight for independence.
Yes, sir. Listen, do you want a revolution? I say, do you want a revolution? Come on. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Listen, do you want a revolution? I say, do you want a revolution? Come on. What you say now?
John Locke was smart back in his day. Said people have rights you can't take away. The government exists to protect these rights, and if government don't, then people fight. Thomas Jefferson digs John Locke, thinks his thoughts on government rock. So these ideas he represents when he declares our independence.
Yes, sir. Listen, do you want a revolution? I say, do you want a revolution? Come on. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Listen, do you want a revolution? I say, do you want a revolution? Come on. What you say now?
Washington was dressed like he needs yoga, till the turning point at Saratoga. French join up and we get down. Trap Cornwallis in your town. War is done, it's time to dance. Treaty signed in Paris, France. Now we've got our resolution. America won its revolution.
Yes, sir. Listen, do you want a revolution? I say, do you want